beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla. My co-host Heather here, and today we welcome the lovely Jay from Majesstic Oracle. Thank you so much for being here today, Jay. We love having you with us.
Yes, we do. And hello to Ron and to Majesstic
Thanks
Oracle.
for having me.
Okay, we're having a bit of a delay here, kids. I don't know what's going on, but it'll be all right. I'm sure.
It's just all the atmospheric stuff.
There's so much energy still coming in off the sun. So we all just want to say Happy Veterans Day to all our veterans out there. And we thank you and appreciate you for everything you've done for us in our country. And it's also an 11/11 portal day. Woohoo! So a great time to manifest, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Jay, do you know much about 11/11 portals?
Yeah, I know that, well, for one, I work with the angel numbers 11/11, but the master numbers that go with 11/11 and also adding the year makes it an 11. So it's like a extra powerful day.
And I think it's called a triple 11.
Yeah, so it's been feeling good. We had a storm, our power went out, our cable went out, Wi-Fi, everything, but we're on now and it's noon. So so far it's a good day. So I started at 11 to try to get some stuff done, and all of my manifestation exercises I had to put on hold because we had no power, so I couldn't pull anything up. But luckily, I know you have something. So.
Well, I do have something if you want me to put it up. Hey, White Dragon, welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you being here. But I actually would like to talk about our last show on Atlantis. And you really got a bunch of hits off that show, and I'd be really interested to hear what you can tell us about what you felt.
I did. Okay, well, I felt a lot. So as you and Heather were reading, kind of going through all of the information, it was raining and icky here. So I had my crystal blanket and my tablet, and I was like all cozied up, and I'm just kind of listening like it's story time, in school. And I'm closing my eyes and I'm listening and everything. And then all of a sudden I start getting these images, like as you're going through the story and all of the different times and periods and all of the people involved, I started getting flashes like I did when I was a kid and I was in church, and they would be like reading things. And as they're reading the stories, I'm literally getting everything in flashes of time, but I'm just listening to what they're saying, but I can see it in my head. So I was seeing that with you, and I was getting like goosebumps. And then I got like a flush of warm all over, because it was like, as you were talking about the sons of Belil, I think that's how you pronounce it. I kept thinking, I know that name. And I thought that is like a really dark energy. I remember learning about that when I was working with angels and everything in school. And I thought, okay, wait a second. So in my head, I'm kind of, and this was before you said that, Hitler was connected, to these types of power and energy. Mm-hmm. And then I all of a sudden got Annalise Michelle, and she was, I can't remember if she ended up getting more accolades for, like as far as what she went through, but there's a movie that's out called, I think it's The Exorcism of Emily Rose. They changed it, but in her actual tapes, when they were doing the exorcism, I do remember there was some type of demonic something that said he was Hitler, and then also said the name Belil, and so that stuck in my head.
Wow.
So as you're talking about, all of, and so then I started getting flashes.
hang on just a second. Let me explain to anybody that's in the chat that didn't see this show.
Okay.
We did a show on Atlantis on Tuesday, and there were two factions. There were that really made up what was going on the islands, and it was what was the what of Ra?
Ra. Those were the priests of the stones.
The priests that were the matriarchal, that were of love and compassion and community. And then there were the sons of Belial. And they were all about oneness.
Right.
Then there was another faction called the sons of Belial, Belial, Belial. And that's actually where Hitler and Himmler were involved with this type of energy.
They had politics and social media type stuff. They were more like politicians for us today than what they were. The other ones. The other ones
were priestesses and priests, and were all about oneness. And so you had these two factions, and of course we all know what happened. But go ahead, let's go from there, since now they know. Good guys, bad guys.
Yeah, that's what it was. And so then as you're reading more, and you're talking about, kind of the different timelines, I started getting the cycle and flashes and images of my guides telling me it's the same cycles over and over, but it's not in the order in which man, tells it to be, like in the Bible. Because as you're talking about how, it kind of came to this huge, explosion point where everything kind of fell. And then the water and all of this flooding, I was like, okay, well, that's the Tower of Babel. So that's where that is. I was like, okay, that's Noah and the flooding. And then I was getting all of the creatures and the beings and everything that lived at that time that might not have been what society thinks is okay to talk about. All of them existed, but then I'm seeing in my head pieces of like parchment being taken off of these layered, it wasn't a book, but it was like layered on top of each other. So it was like they were being separated. And all of the things that, us in the community believe in was on one side. And then what society, was taught was on another side. So they were separated. And so then I started seeing all of the Bible stories along with the Egyptian tablets, and everything was combined just in a cycle over and over. And then the big hit was something having to do with the crystals that were hidden, and a lot of the knowledge is having something to do with this recent war that started. And some people are going in certain areas trying to find some of these key pieces during this time. And it also had something to do with the portal energy, but it was back in 11/11/2011. Something was unlocked. And I remember after you got done with the show, I looked online and I forgot, I didn't get a chance to print it up, but it was talking about that was something that got for good. It was a portal that got opened up, but I just kept getting flashes.
Well, I know that next week's talks are about the 9 crystals and when they opened and what they will do and what they have been doing since they opened. It's got all that information on it. So next week is the 9 crystals and what's happened with them.
Stay tuned for Tuesday's show, because we're going to talk about the crystals that were
the 9 crystals that they hid. They didn't have to hide all of them, but they did have to hide those 9. And it says where they are and why that's important, and when they are activated, and how long it's going to take to get them working fully, stuff like that. But all that stuff's in there for Tuesday, so be here.
Cool.
Yay! I'm excited.
It'll make a lot more sense for you, because what you were talking about was what we will be talking about.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
saying that what
And
you were seeing were the different the cycles of man, how they've um, created and destroyed, created and been destroyed, created and been destroyed. Is that what you're talking about, Jay? To
Yeah, because
see all those different cycles
yeah,
being connected.
mhm,
yeah, they've
Yep.
said that history repeats itself. So that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
History repeats itself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it was like the vibration in which that I was getting, the different factions of groups was very strong. Like you could, like Hitler's whole thing was on one side. It was, just going up and down in power just throughout the ages, but going all the way back. And then when it came to like upcoming this time, it was almost like it was in the air, depending on the knowledge that our, higher good community is doing, and what they were going to try to pull as far as something low, like how they did way back many cycles ago when they were trying to basically, harness the energy for power and not for actual healing, and for programming people to do things that they wanted them to do. It wasn't,
Remember, they were
it was,
also they were creating slaves out of animals and humans. They were creating slaves, that the sons of
yeah.
Belial.
And
So
they
yeah, they were an
Mhm.
abomination, actually.
and they had islands rebelling against the new rules, and
All
so they
those
were
rules.
fighting with them. They were like the colonies were not obeying, so they wanted weapons to defeat them.
And that's how they destroyed it,
Yeah.
was by killing that second, what they call the second moon of Atlantis.
They
Yeah.
It overloaded and
It crashed.
wiped everything out.
Yeah.
White Dragon
Yeah,
says Himmler is here as Stephen Miller and was also 45 and P were sons of Belial. Yeah, very dark. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
definitely.
believe that about Stephen Miller for sure. Oh, I meant to show it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like
And
they
let me
were
just say hi
reincarnated.
to Susie and Amanda. Go ahead.
What was it?
That was a weird noise.
That was
I know. I was going to say, what is that noise?
that's an Air Force plane.
Oh.
Yeah. It's Veterans Day, so they're flying. They do an air show sometimes. So sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I just didn't know what it was. It's funny because I have planes flying. Well, one just flew over, but you couldn't hear it. Wow.
Right. Well, those must be Air Force planes, and they're loud.
They are very loud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
what
they're
else?
happy to see them. So, yeah. Did we lose her again?
No.
Nope, I'm
No.
here. Sorry. I was trying to, kind of comment in the chat for a quick second, but so yeah, I was getting a lot of hits, and then I rewatched the show because everything was happening so fast. I kind of tuned out partly of what
Yeah.
you guys were saying, so then I wanted to come back and listen and try to see if I got the same thing. And that's when the flashes came on really strong, and I text you, Priscilla, and I was like, I'm getting all kinds of hits, I can't even keep up, but this is like in layers, and it was pretty exciting, so scary, but it was like all the people within our group and in the community were all there in different cycles in time doing the same type of work, whether they were priests or workers that were within the community in a spiritual way for healing. Like a lot of us were healers back then for that time, using everything on the land.
Or scientists of some sort. I know that
yeah,
we had said that almost everybody we know online, most of us have been there. Most of us were there. It was there for 200,000 years. It would be pretty awesome if we hadn't been there.
Yeah. Until I read the information that Heather and I presented last Tuesday was actually channeled from Metatron, and I don't remember the man's name, but it's in the information about the show. but it was information that was channeled from Metatron, and we left it word for word. Now, I didn't put everything that was in that information. There's no way I could have fit it all in. So I had to cut and paste type thing, but it literally was word for word of what was in the document. I didn't change anything, not one single word of it. And the chills the whole time we were presenting that just blew me away. The whole show, I had chills. So, and before I even started, before the show, I put my hands on that information and went to my Akashic Records masters and said, is this information truthful and accurate? And I got a absolutely yes. And of course, I just got chills again from that. But so this is really important information that
it's our history.
We need to talk about. It is our history that's been neglected, subverted for thousands of years. So I guess it's up to us and people like us to bring the light, the truth out.
It's time to bring it back to life.
Because we all have all of us resonate with Atlantis, and many of us resonate with Lemuria as well. So we know from what we've learned in our studies, ascension studies, is that when you're really resonating with something, there's a reason for it. And it's usually, you've been there in your past life, or this seems to be the pattern, right?
You recognize it. Just
We
like you
recognize
all those hits, there's a reason for that.
Absolutely.
We're remembering.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Go on, please, Jay.
It felt really good because I hadn't had hits like that I can remember that strong, as though it was like you were reading something we'd done a week or two ago. This was what we did, and then remembering it myself. So it wasn't like when you watched it on TV it was different. And I don't know if it's because you were reading through the Metatron channel, and I'm working with him every day, versus like the History Channel or, those type of documentation. I don't get the same thing. But for some reason, when you were reading it, it was as though I was remembering all of the cycles. It was
right.
It was really, I'm excited to go back to that.
It doesn't hurt to rewatch things, especially when you have so many hits and you're missing,
because it just keeps coming at you
with something else. So yes, it does a good job to go back.
Yeah, I found that to be true about a lot of things. Go back and read it again, whether it's your own journaling or whatever.
And I want to thank White Dragon for the information.
Yes, thank you, White Dragon. I just wanted to show you something that he just said. He has another subject for us, but we're very busy with Atlantis.
Well,
that may be true, but we're always open to new stuff. So bring it on, White Dragon.
Yes.
Bring it on. Okay. Do you want me to do the portal stuff, or do you have more on your hits you'd like to share?
Well, that was pretty much it. There was one other thing. It was regarding the tall. You were talking about some like 12 or 9 to 12 foot tall
Pleiadian.
Yes. Okay. They're like Nordic looking, and when I'm getting the hit, I started seeing how my DNA was doing this weird like splicing and separating, because I learned that, I'm also German and Irish and Swedish and, African American. So I was like, eat your heart out, Hitler. Yeah. So I was just kind of laughing, because I was like, well, what are they going to think of me? I'm a whole bunch of no-nos. But so I was just kind of laughing at that. And then as I'm getting the hits of that and them trying to make that supreme race, because I never understood the whole, Hitler's thinking on it. but it was supposed to be about having everyone be equal and being so high up on the food chain that you didn't have disease. And it was,
no disease
I
or
guess it
whatever.
made
That
sense.
was a revelation to me too. I had no idea that that's what he thought.
Yeah.
I just thought he was a racist
He was
asshole.
trying to make the superior race.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that that's really what that it was that far.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bizarre.
Because he
was
himself,
literally trying to create a race that had no issues.
That was
Period.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
The problem was it was his idea of what was perfect and not necessarily. It was still
because we are perfect.
Exactly.
Just each and every one of us exactly like we are, no matter what color or sex or anything else, because we're created in the image of God. We're all perfect exactly like we are.
Exactly.
We don't have to change anything.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? I think that's brilliant.
I think his whole thing was just a self-hatred for himself. And, being Jewish, how are you going to try to take out your entire lineage? I didn't understand it, and I still kind of don't, but it's that same Valil negative, dark energy force that seems to come and go.
I don't want to say dark energy. I just want to say low energy. The dark and the light makes it sound like good and evil, and there really isn't any good and evil. It's just
what he was trying
energies versus higher energies, right?
Yeah, what he was trying to do was actually a good thing, in a way. But it's the way he did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That was some messed up. That was some messed up stuff. For sure. Okay.
So that was pretty much it.
Thank you. I can't wait to see what happens after next week. After you see next week's show with the crystals. I haven't read it yet. She just got it to me yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but kind of interesting.
It's the same as what we were
saying. I can't wait. It had such an impact on all of us that I have no idea what the next one's going to be.
By retyping it, I learned a lot of stuff.
I bet. Well, do you want to talk about the portal, the 1111 portal? I have a slideshow for everybody if you're interested.
Go ahead.
Let me get it back to the beginning.
Okay.
All right. So we have the portal. And the numerology of it, how adding up the date ends up as an 11, resulting in that 1111 day, which is a rare and powerful energy portal that is shifting our reality and creating space for new opportunities. Yay! We love new opportunities. So it's a good day. And this has actually a ritual that you might enjoy. So if you want to read along,
and let me know when you want me to read.
Okay. You're not coughing today. What have you been doing?
Me?
Yes, you're not coughing. You're not at home.
Yeah, that's one. I'm not at home. And I still cough a little bit, but it's getting better. But then again,
it must be because you've been coughing every show and I haven't heard you yet. So that's brilliant.
Well, don't talk about it. I don't want to.
Okay.
Don't
okay.
bring my luck.
So how do we begin manifestation? We begin with gratitude, thanking the universe, the people, the situations, and things that have made life special for us. Focusing on our heart and what it truly desires, and then focusing on our body and what it needs. I never thought about that. It's always been about, what do I want?
Yeah.
I didn't think about my poor little body needing anything.
Yeah.
So we need to clarify what it is we actually want to manifest. So grab a journal and describe what you want. What is it? What does it look like? What can you do with it? How does it make you feel? Write down what you want to manifest. Why do you want to manifest it, this particular desire, and what's your intention behind this desire? It's hard to read this with black writing. I tried white. It didn't work.
Health is one of them.
Absolutely. Good health.
It's not just what we want, but it also has to do with health or how we're feeling or whatever. It's what we want to manifest. Can be anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So all to visualize your life as you've already manifested what you want. So close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and picture in your head what your life would be like if your desires had already manifested. Visualize yourself enjoying your manifestation, feeling content and happy. And oh my goodness, I can't read that. And
Anything that will
living your
help
best life. Anything that will help you get into that feeling of having the desire.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was reading White Dragon's note.
Yeah, that was
Me too.
No, this is interesting in that we all have limiting beliefs. So, what are the limiting beliefs around what you want and what's keeping you from getting those? So, here are some of the common limiting beliefs. I can't get what I want. It's hard to manifest what I want. Manifestation doesn't work for me. It's impossible to manifest this desire. I can only manifest small things. Good things never happen to me. I can't read the last three.
the last of the law of attraction is not real or true. I can't create my own reality, and it's selfish to manifest what I want. And to all of those things, I say, let that go.
Because it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bull
Let it
pucky.
all go.
So one thing that's common in all of these limiting beliefs is they're all false. These limiting beliefs only exist in our mind as a result of our past experiences to protect ourselves from pain in the future. The first step to getting rid of our limiting beliefs is simply acknowledging that they exist. Then, by witnessing our limiting beliefs, we'll be able to recognize that they are not true and take corrective action to eliminate them from our lives. Thank you. Honor yourself for having the strength to witness your limiting beliefs instead of running from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, you can read this one, Heather. I'm not having much luck.
Okay. Affirmations to combat limited beliefs. I believe my own reality. I create my own reality. My circumstances are a reflection of my thoughts. It's impossible to manifest what I
No,
want.
it's possible.
No, it's possible. It's got to be possible. It can't be impossible. The universe is responding to my every thought. It usually does. I intend to take full advantage of 1111 and manifest my greatest desires. The universe is on my side, and I know my desire will manifest. I just feel it in my bones. I support my desire with positive intentions. I can't wait to manifest this desire into my physical reality.
Affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Okay, and now assuming that your desire is already coming to you, that's what you need to do. The final step to manifesting is to stop obsessing over your desire and just assume that you will manifest it no matter what. The most important thing you need to do is to trust that your desire is already coming and there's no stopping it. Every positive thought or thought you think and every possible action you take is bringing you closer to the desire you have. Maintain your belief in trusting that the universe is already working diligently to bring your vision into reality.
It's that simple.
Just assume it's coming.
It's a done deal. Yeah. It's a done deal.
You've seen it. You've imagined what it's going to be. You already know it's on its way. It's there. It's done.
Yeah.
I love that. So, what are you going to do for 1111 portal manifestation today? Anything, Jay?
Yeah, I'm gonna try a new exercise that has to do with like mirror and portal work. So after this, in between, I have Ron's show later on today that we're gonna do like we always do Saturday, but it's sitting down after I kind of do a cleanse and everything to get rid of what I don't, want and what's no longer serving me and is not good for my highest good. And then sit down and basically write down, like you were talking about, all of the things that I want and put it in a form that as though it's already happened and already thanking, my guides and universe and angels for their help. And then sitting in front of the mirror and really kind of looking, in depth at myself, and then really sitting down and saying the things that I forgive myself for, that, kind of letting that all out to really face myself. And that's part of like my shadow work that I've been doing for Scorpio season and me being a Scorpio rising. So this is the first time I'll be doing it. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. But I've done some mirror work before, but especially on a portal, I'm interested to kind of see if it'll manifest even more. So I got to be very careful my words and my intention because it's amplified with everything. So
right.
My plan.
I was thinking about doing a crystal grid.
Yeah.
For the things I want to manifest, and I write them down on a little card, and then I stick them underneath the center crystal. But before I'll do that, I'll write some stuff, and I use sticky notes, and I cut those up, and I write what I want to get rid of, and then I burn that in my smudge shell as I smudge the house, and then I'll do the crystal grid, because once I have all the energy in the house the way I want it. And I use YouTube music.
And
I
then
put
we
that
have
999 music on, or one of those megahertz musics. I always have that going on in the house nowadays because it just feels like it creates good energy throughout the house.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do, Heather? Anything?
I have my.
Now I'm going to a play tonight, so I don't have. I haven't really been thinking too much yet about.
Well, why don't you tell everybody where you are today?
You're not with my son and grandchildren, and we went to a football game last night, which they won, so they are now the regional championships.
Woohoo!
And they're going on to state, and then tonight and tomorrow, my granddaughter is in a play, and so we're going to the play.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope you'll take photos with your phone.
Fun.
I'll try. As long as the flash doesn't flash, when it's dark in there, you're not supposed to use flashes.
But well, you can turn that off.
I'll get my daughter-in-law to show me how to do that.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Lexi is delighted to have you there.
I think everybody is. It's nice to be wanted.
Yay.
Feels good.
That's nice. Lovely. I get to feel that next month when I get to go home to my family.
Right. Well, you got one there.
I do indeed. But it's always fun to see the whole family and be in the Rockies to boot. So I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
So what next, kiddos? Do you want to throw some cards?
I didn't bring any, but I
you didn't bring any cards. Okay.
But they're upstairs and that's too far. I can see what I get when I ask. See what kind of answer I get.
Interesting. Without cards today. All righty. That sounds fun. Let's do it. Okay. Who would like cards? I'm going to put up a banner for card reading. 3 cards? 3 cards or 1?
It's up to you two.
I'm going to go with 3 because it's just easier for me. Okay.
That'll work.
Okay, if you guys would like a card, please let us know. We're gonna
In the meantime, there is a section of the chat that's really interesting. It's White Dragon and Majesstic Oracle.
you know that's Jay below you, right? That's Jay talking.
Oh, you were talking to White Dragon about his crystal skull? Sorry, I didn't know that.
Yes, yes,
When you go with a different name, then I just mess it.
Because usually people will see Day Marcus and then they'll try to go subscribe to a channel that doesn't exist. It's just my handle on YouTube, so there's no videos. So I realized on Ron's channel, maybe I should be Majesstic Oracle if they want to go to my, channel and see what I'm about, because otherwise they're just going to J Marcus and there's nothing there.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree with him. But that's happening all the time.
We have Kate just joined us. Detective Kate.
Hey, Miss Kate, I was glad to see you. I haven't seen you around lately.
Yes, sir.
I do like the 528, and I do like the Tibetan bowls. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Ron says he'll take a card, so he's number one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's number one. Okay. I'm using the Moon deck. It's a new, I haven't used it in a while. It's not really a new one. It's just new to
You.
me today.
And Priscilla, your wind chimes outside your house, I have to go every day and watch the short 3 or 4 times in a row to get my fix. And then I'll comment.
I know you comment. I see your comments. It cracks. It's great. Thank you.
Yeah, it feels good.
I do love those.
Yeah,
it has to be pretty windy for those to even go, because they're really big. They're
big,
4.5 feet long.
Hi, Judy.
Wow.
We got a card for you. Hi, Amanda. Nice to see you around, Kate. I hope you're feeling better, love. And White Dragon's going to take a card.
And if there's a question, I can answer that. It's kind of hard to just cold read it.
There you go. That's an idea.
Sorry about that, Heather.
Well, it's upstairs, and I'm not a speedy stair climber. Well, climber's not so bad as coming back down. And I meant to bring the cards down, but they're not the kind of cards you're using anyway. They're tarot.
Okay.
Okay, so we have
sounds like Ron. I love this. It's safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. My instincts keep me adaptable in the face of any obstacle. And this card's really interesting. It's got a wolf and a moon and mushrooms and all kinds of earthy things on it. And I live each moment with the presence of gratitude. It sounds like Ron, doesn't it? Just sounds like him. So I'm saying that you are living your best life by being who you are, being adaptable, and living in a state of gratitude, which anybody that knows you know you do. So thank you, Ron.
The energy that comes off of you, Ron, is extremely high. It makes anybody around you feel better.
Okay. What about you, Jay?
Okay, so I got answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? So I know that he is a Scorpio rising too, and with this season coming up, there's lots of shadow work. But this one is definitely him. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Express yourself. To me, this is him continuing to be that light and to come out and show up every week, because it's been a little up and down.
Strange
The
lately.
energy's just been crazy. Yes.
Yeah, you guys
And
have
so
had
then
some.
I have Unbound.
Good.
And I got,
Yeah.
You got another card?
No, I just have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So I'm wondering if this has to do with Atlantis.
Good. I
And
know
that's all.
that one thing that came into my head was that you're not done. You're never done. They always have something more for you to do. So never think you're done. You are not.
Boy, that's the truth for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're never done.
You were thinking, oh, you're done, and you're not.
Okay,
That's all. I was getting that. So
I love this Celtic knot of hers. Okay, let's see what we've got for Judith. You're welcome, sweet Ron. He says, thank you, ladies. Much love and light.
Of course.
Okay, this is for Judith. I love this. Movement awakes my creative spirit, so get out there and dance like nobody's watching. My dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible, and you know that magic is real. And we all know that magic is real and anything is possible. So free yourself from critical thoughts towards your body and your worth, because life is magic and you're creative and full of love and light. So go dance. Dance, dance, dance. And love yourself. Heather, you get anything?
I got that your her symbol, the
Celtic knot.
actually symbolizes her. She's complex, and yet at the same time, she can be simple enough for everybody else to understand. But definitely artistic. But I haven't gotten anything other than you are just like your symbol.
That's interesting. What about you, Miss J?
On my well, I have the same symbol on my necklace, but so I got surround yourself with love. And then
Sweet.
Actually this goes along with your card, Priscilla. Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. I like this because she's sitting on the beach and she's just in her, her two-piece,
Chilling,
reading a book, and yeah, just totally relaxing, earning it. And then villain, it says you can always rewrite the story.
That's
and I like this because it kind of shows this little girl like, I want to redo. So she literally is like trying to smash she's on the water as well, but she's trying to kind of smash whatever image that was of her to rewrite it. And I think that's pretty profound to remind people that you can always rewrite it.
True enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Resonate, Judith.
She'll let us know. But she said, oh, I love that, Heather. So she's answered that already. Okay, White Dragon's next.
Okay, let's see.
White Dragon wants cars. Cards.
Yeah, you want cars? Oh, okay.
Inner work and loving yourself. Exactly. She says, thank you, Jay. Okay.
You're welcome.
I've got my home is a sacred space full of beauty, inspiration, and protection. And I love this. There's a white sage in a bowl with a candle and crystals all around it and flowers in a vase. You've got everything water, earth, fire there. There's medicine in my shadow. So if there's anything that's really bugging you shadow wise, go dig into it and find out what it is so you can release it, so you can honor the natural process of growth and transformation. Shadow work is part of that growth and transformation. And it's easy to do shadow work. You see the moon's here, quarter moons. And it's easy to do that work when you have a home that's a safe space and you're protected and you've got all these good energies around you. Just go inside, figure out what it is, Mr. Owl, the wise owl, honoring the shadow work, and know that we all transform. Next.
Go ahead. I'm still waiting to hear more than just mentor.
Okay. So I got what is has no bearing on what will be. What does your ideal life look like and feel like?
Oh, look at that flower of life. That's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? And then I have express yourself creatively. Start something new. What creative pursuits do you feel drawn to? And then the last one I got is take responsibility for your life as a creative adventure. How can you live with more meaning, integrity, and truth? So those are the three I got. Right, Dragon.
Well, the only thing that really came into my mind very strongly is that you are a mentor. Our mentor. To help us get things and more subjects to do. You're there to give us help when we need some more ideas and stuff. And you're doing
all right. Works for me.
Yeah, works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Amanda Carroll. Amanda Carroll. Oh, I'm glad you guys are liking my shorts. I love the wind chimes. Yeah. But I also like the fountains. I like the water too.
Yeah, and the cats.
I like them.
Follow the cats.
Those are little stray cats that we feed.
Are they?
They're just we have 2 stray cats that I started feeding a couple of months ago.
Yeah, when our cat passed, we had a bunch come in.
Yeah.
You did. They just start coming in.
I love it. I don't mind it a bit, and I'm happy to feed them. I'm just really happy.
I don't mind them being there. They keep down the tree rats.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda, I allow stillness to heal and reveal. She's sitting on a limb with the moon behind her, contemplating. I allow stillness to heal and reveal. So go inside because your inner compass knows the way. And collaboration will bring more sweetness to your life. Look at it's a set of bees in a beehive. You can see the geometry of it all there. So go inside. Your heart knows what's right. And I think there's somebody that you should be collaborating with, and that would be fun. So that's going to bring some interesting new fun into your life. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So go, girl. Jay?
Yeah. Well, this follows right along with that. It says soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So whatever you're doing, or you think you're doing alone, call in the community, call in like-minded people. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being in integration. So this is literally her on her back being upgraded and lifted into
I love
the sky.
That. Definitely an upgrade.
And then the last one, yeah, trust your path. If you knew you would be supportive, what would you do? So if you knew that everything was taken care of and you just have to be and do what you love doing and what is your passion, what would that be? What would your path be to trust? So I hope you're welcome.
Don't be afraid to try something new, do things differently.
So she's saying she's having dinner with two new friends tonight. How fun is that?
Right.
That's brilliant.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, don't be afraid to try something new or to do things differently or to change routines or, just contemplate on it, find out what you're doing.
Okay, I'm just going to do one card for this, I think. High Vibe and 888. I'm having family issues and I asked for clarity. The choice I made was the right choice.
The first thing
I heard a yes right off the bat.
So did I. I heard yes right away.
But I'll pull a card, but I definitely got a yes. You too?
Yeah, I got a yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what yeah.
So I don't think I need a card for that.
Yeah. When it comes that fast, it's.
But I did get, I did pull a card and it says my pathway to play is my pathway to joy. So maybe you need to play a little bit more. I hope that resonates. I don't know if it has anything to do with the choice you made, but that's the card I pulled.
Yeah.
What I am kind of getting from the first card that I pulled is propagating energy. And in this deck, it has to do with you can either be around someone who's kind of an energy vampire and is sucking the energy, or you, depending on the subject, you can also be trying to harness it yourself to surround yourself in protection, or from maybe these issues that are going on within the family. But then I also got communication, so I'm sure things were probably said or things need to be said that were uncomfortable, but it needs to be that way in order for you to get your point across. So I hope that makes sense, but I'm feeling that you made the right choice.
Yeah.
And she says, yes, validation is all I needed. Yay. I'm glad we could help. So, ladies, let's pull a card for the collective. That's it for card readings, but we can definitely pull one for the collective. And Jay, what have you got up next? You got Ron. You're with Ron tonight, so everybody go watch Ron at Unconditional Love Tarot. Mm-hmm. And Jay is with him every Saturday night. Oops.
Yeah. As long as my internet.
That's always an if.
These days, it certainly is.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what High Vibin said. Family member became homeless, burnt many bridges in family. I'm her only option, but yes, Jay, spot on the energies of the situation. Okay? Yeah. We understood burnt bridges. Yeah.
Well,
Thanks,
Good luck with.
Maria.
Yeah.
Sending you lots of love for the situation. Lots of love and healing energy for the situation.
Think with your heart, you'll be right.
Yeah. Okay. One card for the collective. And what we have, our next show is on
the 9 crystals.
The 9 crystals, and I'm trying to see who's here next weekend. Ooh. I'm going to see Sun Psychic Jean.
Good deal.
No. Junosphere. Juno's going to be here next week.
Well, that's
next
good.
Saturday's Juno, and the week after that is Sun Psychic Jean. So yay, that'll be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we got going on. Okay, who's got a card out? You ready, Jay? For a card for the collective.
So, yes, I got love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation.
It's all about love.
Mm-hmm.
Love is everything.
Think with your heart.
Yep.
I like that.
It was, it's, I wish you could see it better, but it's a beautiful, like painting. I want to make these into pictures and put them up. So that's what I got. Love endures.
I love it. And I got my dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. Remember that. Yeah. Today's an 11/11 portal. Mm-hmm. Magic is real. And the universe is out there ready and waiting for us to tell it what we want.
And one of the most powerful things that we can do is send out unconditional love to the whole world. In the world and out of the world. Even in the whole universe. Send that unconditional love out and make sure that you include yourself.
Please include yourself. Give yourself some me time. Take care of yourself. We love you all. Thank you for being here today. Miss J, as usual, we love you, adore you. Thank you for being here today. I hope you'll come back soon. Mm-hmm. And I hope you and Ron have a wonderful show tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Positive energy. Yes, we will. So I want to thank you, my Auntie Crones. I love you and I adore you. And I'm so glad that my inner everything worked out for today. So everyone in the chat, thank you for coming by. Us. And
bye, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Come back and see us.